Welcome back to Tuesdays, where 3 Tamriel vendors change their wares. We're going to check them out now, starting in the Scholarium.
If you're looking for something.
First, we have Bound Affix Script Savagery and Prophecy. Add Savagery and Prophecy, buffs increasing weapon and spell critical chance. Bound Focus Script Disease Damage, adds disease damage. Bound Focus Script Generate Ultimate, adds ultimate generation. And Bound Signature Script Leeching Thirst, adds a heal for percentage of damage done. Let's head over to the Telvar Merchant in Imperial City Sewers. We've made our way into the sewers. Let's see what she has. First up, we have East March treasure maps. Definitely not worth 6,000 Telvar. You can get these on Guild Traders for a couple hundred gold. But if you're curious, East March brings us Akavari Dragonguard, Fjord's Legacy, and Stendar's Embrace, as well as a chance for Ancestral Nord legs and shields motifs for the leads for them. Next up, we have scripts. We have Bound Affix Script Brutality and Sorcery. Adds Brutality and Sorcery, buffs increasing weapon and spell damage. Bound Focus Script Immobilize, adds an immobilization effect. Bound Signature Script Thief's Swiftness, adds improvement to your mobility. Our leads this week, we have Coral Plating. This is one of 5 pieces of the Thracian Stranglers mythic. This particular one is gotten by saltwater fishing in Artaeum. This one gets pretty tedious. Unless you really love fishing, this might not be a bad one to get. Next, we have Gold Shock Clasp. This is one of 5 pieces of the Velothi Mage's Amulet, and this one drops from Scrivener's Hall, the treasure chest. So you need to go in, kill the Cardicleps, gather your keys, go to the vault after you finished your run, open the chest, and hope for the best. Again, this is not a bad one to get. 25,000 Telvar is kind of steep, but that's a lot of runs typically to get this lead. Our jewelry this week, we have Necklace and Ring of Amalexia's Mercy and Necklace and Ring of the Shield Breaker. And then finally, we have Phial of Tainted Blood for 5,000 Telvar. Consume 25 phials of Tainted Blood to unlock the Skill Stylist Eviscerate achievement and the Eviscerate Violet Purple skill style. Now, these usually drop in Dietrich Grotto, the public dungeon in Solstice. I don't know, they're about 10,000, 12,000 gold on PCNA. I still think this is awfully steep if you're spending 5,000 a piece for them. Maybe if you just need 1 or 2 more. I still think you should probably just farm them, but it is here if you want it. And it looks like that's it. All right, let's head over to Infinite Archive. We've made our way to Infinite Archive. Let's see what Filer Will has for us today. We're starting off strong with an Addon treasure map. Don't buy this. At 2,000 archival fortunes. It's way more expensive than just buying it for a couple hundred gold off of Guild Traders. But Addon brings us Armor of the Veiled Heritance, Queen's Elegance, and Twin Sisters, as well as a chance for the leads for Ancestral High Elf bows or chess motifs. Our first plan is Blueprint Orcish Cabinet Engraved. This runs 17 to 22k on PCNA, and it looks like about 14 to 30k on EU, so pretty close. We have this cabinet or end table. Next, we have Blueprint Solitude Table Grand Noble running 50 to 130k on PCNA, about 40 to 90k on EU. Not a bad one to snag. Our scripts, we have Bound Affix Script Expedition, adds Expedition, a buff increasing movement speed. Bound Affix Script Mangle, adds Mangle, a debuff reducing max health. Bound Focus Script Multi-Target, adds a multi-target hit. And Bound Signature Script Gladiator's Tenacity, adds damage reduction. We have our style page this week. It is the Maw of the Infernal Mask. This one drops out of Banished Cells 2 when the little window opens up. You have a better chance of getting it if you have the hard mode, and Banished Cells 2 hard mode isn't awful, but I think the drop rate on all of the masks is absolutely atrocious, so I say just buy all the masks this way. I think the time investment is less in Infinite Archive than it would be farming the dungeon for those 15,000 archival fortunes, so I do recommend all the masks. Next, we have Companion Equipment Jewelry. This one's not too bad. If you're going to buy companion equipment, I do recommend the jewelry over some of the other things. With jewelry, you don't have to worry about weight. You don't have to worry about light, medium, or heavy. And there's a better chance that it will drop a trait you can use on one of your numerous companions. I still don't love these, but this one's the best of the options. Our final plan this week is Dwarven Wardrobe Ornate Polish. This runs 60 to 100K on PCNA, but only about 30 to 45K on EU. It's still a good deal either way, but be aware of that. Okay, next, Dwarven Theodolite Torso. This is one of 7 pieces of the Dwarven Theodolite pet, which drops out of the Vardenfell public dungeon, Netulefting. I don't know, at 500 or 600 gold a piece, I still think it's better to buy it off of a trader, or just go in and farm a little bit each day. You should get it fairly quickly. Next, we have Erroneous Archive Map. Collect 20 Erroneous Archive Maps to unlock the Walk Through the Mirror Maze achievement and the Shattered Mirror Maze body marks. Here are the Shattered Mirror Maze body marks. Now keep in mind, you need 20 of these. That would be 60,000 archival fortunes if you bought them all this way, but they're a guaranteed drop if you just do enough dailies. So I highly recommend just do your dailies. They come in a curated order. Eventually you'll get all the things. Fragment of the Winterborn. This is one of 5 pieces for the Silver Bolt's Vibrant Yellow skill style. This one drops off the final boss in the dungeon, Spindle Clutch 2. Remember, this is a guaranteed drop. It can drop in normal, so if you run dungeons at all, just go snag it. I don't think it's worth 5,000 archival fortunes. Again, if we compare time in Infinite Archive to time running Spindle Clutch 2 on normal, I think the dungeon wins hands down. Unless maybe you have to queue for it and wait for a while, but I don't know. I still think waiting in the queue is your better bet. This lead I'm pretty excited about, honestly. This is Carved Stone Key, which is part of Music Box Hermit Crab Dance. This one drops from the Daily Solstice rewards. When you go do one of your dailies in Solstice, the reward coffer has a chance to drop this lead. How big is that chance? Minuscule. No, the RNG on this one is awful. I struggled to even get the first one to drop. And remember, if you get 3 copies of any furnishing, you can then buy it for gold. So for all the furnishings, I try to get all 3 for sure. So yeah, I'm probably going to end up buying this one. Our second one's a little less exciting. This is Netch Shield Mushroom Stencil, which is one of 7 pieces of the Spore Savant body marks, which means you only need to get it once. There's no further codex. Here's the Spore Savant body marks. Just these giant mushrooms. This lead drops off of the Telvanni Peninsula world boss, Deep Reeve Quag. All right, and finally, we have our 2 books. We have Oath of the Keepers, which is this tiny little book. It drops in Infinite Archive, but only if you have read the book Out in the Wild and have the eidetic memory from Necrom Underways. And then our second book, The Dangers of Truth, also drops in Infinite Archive, but you need to have read the book, which is in Cypher's Midden and Apocrypha. If you're not sure how any of that works, feel free to check out the link below. All right, it is time for us to run some Infinite Archive. Every week we get new gear dropping as well, starting on Tuesdays, so let's see what that is. We just finished a couple arcs of Infinite Archive, and it looks like this week we have gear dropping from Greenshade. That includes Beekeeper's gear, Shadow Dancer's raiment, and Wilder Queen's arch, as well as from Vardenfell. That includes Defiler, War Maiden, and Warrior Poet. That's going to do it for this one. We'll see you next week.